Cinderella and the Midnight Ball. Once upon a time, in a distant land, there lived a kind king. When the king's previous wife passed away, he had to marry another woman. However, this woman had two daughters from a previous marriage, and unfortunately, these two girls were extremely arrogant and wicked. Cinderella, the daughter of the queen, came to the palace after her mother's death and started living with her stepmother and stepsisters. However, her stepfamily did not treat Cinderella fairly. They mistreated her and used her as a servant in the house. Cinderella had to do all sorts of chores every day, chopping wood, cleaning, cooking, and more. She was covered in ashes from working by the fireplace, hence they called her Cinderella. One day, they received news that a grand ball, where the prince would hopefully find a suitable bride, would be held. Cinderella wanted to go to the ball, but her stepmother and stepsisters wouldn't allow her. On the night of the ball, Cinderella could only watch from her window. However, that night, Cinderella's fairy godmother appeared to help her. The fairy godmother dressed Cinderella in a beautiful gown and gave her glass slippers. But the fairy warned her that she must return by midnight. Cinderella, with the help of her fairy godmother, went to the ball. There, she met the prince and they fell in love with each other. As midnight approached, Cinderella remembered the fairy's warning and hurriedly fled, losing one of her slippers in the process. The next day, the prince searched the kingdom to find the mysterious maiden. Eventually, he arrived at Cinderella's house. Her stepsisters tried on the slipper, but it didn't fit anyone. Finally, when Cinderella tried it on, it fit perfectly. When the prince found Cinderella, he recognized her and decided to marry her. Cinderella also moved into the kingdom to live happily ever after with the prince. Her stepfamily, upon learning Cinderella's true identity, retreated in shame. Cinderella had overcome her hardships with the help of her fairy godmother and her own kindness. By marrying the prince, she found her happily ever after and became a kind and just queen in the kingdom.